Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And I'm here again with Mark from Wolfburn, and we're gonna go with the. We actually switched it around, because we want to go with the peaty later.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go Langskip.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Good choice.
And what's special about the Langskip?
This was our sort of cask strength. So this is came out in 2018 for us. 5 years of production. And this is first fill bourbon casks. I'm a great believer in you shouldn't be in the Scotch industry unless you can do just a bourbon aged Scotch, because that's the benchmark. There's nowhere to hide. You know, there's no extra maturations, and if you're comparing whiskies, it's great to compare just a first fill bourbon aged whiskey. Langskip, we named it after the Viking longship. Thurso was an ex-Viking settlement. Thor's town. And the Langskip, that powerful nature of the boat, reflects the powerful nature of our whiskey as well. First fill bourbon casks, 58%, an absolute banging dram, as we say.
Okay. The thing is, I got some Uske sauce, water of Scotland, Highland.
Okay.
Do we need it, or should we leave it out?
The great thing about the Langskip, although it's high in ABV, it's not overly aggressive. You know, it doesn't have that big spirity profile. You don't have to.
I'll just put it here, and if let's try it neat.
Yeah, and it's always the same. It's like when you're having a great barbecue outside. You know, you always have your fire tending equipment nearby just in case you need it. So it's nice to have water if you want. So yeah, first fill bourbon casks, 58%, came out 2018 for us. And again, what we try and do when we do our expressions is we want maybe different flavour profiles through maturation, but we want to give people a choice. So when they come to the brand, if they don't like the first or the second, they might like the third or the fourth, but it's about giving people an opportunity to try them. And that's why, you know, the job that I do, my job's getting the liquid to the lips worldwide, and it's great to be able to come to Germany this time, spend a good time in the market by doing events, meeting yourself again as well, and by having a tasting so that everybody out there can listen to us, wax lyrical, but then taste it themselves and come up with their own tastings and aromas. We just give you a little heads up. That's why we're here.
Also, just for this video, maybe some people haven't seen the first video, also natural color, no filtration. So it is a bit lighter than the
of course,
than the first one.
And again, first fill bourbon casks. The majority of our non-age statements are around 7 and 8 years as well. As I say, 13 years in operation. But yeah, first fill bourbon casks, Scotch. It's, as I say, I go back to the benchmark.
Ooh, okay.
Absolutely, you know. Fruity, floral, light and vibrant. Again, what we do at Wolfburn, but the bourbon just shines through. That beautiful.
It is definitely very light.
Yeah.
But you realize, okay, there's something in it. This is a little bit more spirit, yeah.
It's high.
It is high strength.
Yeah, it's high, but you know, you don't get that recoil. Again, you don't get that if you put your snout in. Obviously, when you've just opened the bottle and poured it, you will get some of that spirit. But you know, just gently introduce yourself to the dram.
Yeah. So, but this is really a Northern Highland whiskey.
Yeah.
The other one, yes, it was a Northern Highland whiskey, but with the sherry casks.
Yeah.
But this is
an honest dram, Ben.
Yeah.
This is what we like to say. And higher ABV, closer to the distillery character as well. That oaky sweetness, or that oaky, the tannins are coming through, that sort of vanilla nose that I'm getting as well. And that's what you would expect from any sort of bourbon aged as well. It's exciting when you're getting that on the nose, because you're salivating, you're waiting to taste it. You're desperate to have a little taste to see.
Yeah, I'm really excited about
well.
how this is going to taste, because the first one was really, it was pleasant. It was a bit spicier in the end, but at the beginning was very, very pleasant. Yeah, let's try it.
Slanger. I can feel that rising. You know, it's great for that when you're tasting the Langskip. it's like a rush to the front of the palate for me, and then it slowly falls away to give you a beautiful lingering tail, a nice long finish, like the Langskip. You know, picture that Viking warship smashing through the waves. The sea splashes on the front of the boat, and as it drives through, it leaves a lingering wake. This is what the Langskip does in the mouth for me. It's got that beautiful sort of honeyed, and I'm getting that lovely sort of marzipan, that like almond sweetness from it, especially when I get it over my tongue as well. And although it is the high ABV, the 58%, it's so rounded and so easy drinking. You know, we're not rushing for the water.
Yeah, it's not very hefty.
Yeah.
What I found very strange is when you have it in your nose, it really feels like a little bit of a field of flowers with a bit of honey in it. Maybe a few citrus trees over there. And when you have it in your mouth, it does have a sweetness.
Yeah.
It does have. You said almonds. I would have said more like a little bit of cookie character.
Okay, the doughy.
Honey,
like
doughy,
sweetness
nutty. Yeah, maybe almonds. But it's a lot more sweet than I expected, especially from a cask strength, because yes, 58% volatile.
But it's so enjoyable. Even, and again, people.
But how sweet is it going to be if I add some water?
It does, you know. Again, it can open up to your palate. It'll last longer, certainly, when you're adding some water to it as well, which is always good. But you know, even you're looking at the legs and the tiers of the glass as well as we're swirling it about. You know, they're hanging on. You know, they're slowly coming down. And again, it's about the whole immersive experience of drinking whiskey as well. The aroma, but it's not just the palate as well. It's what it does to the mouth. Where does it go? Where does it lie? Does it vanish off the cliff quick, or does it sort of linger on the tongue? This certainly does. This has got a beautiful long finish.
So in the nose, it actually opened quite a lot.
Yeah.
A lot more of that flowery field.
Yeah. I'm going to have another one. Yeah,
very sweet. But I didn't add much. So yeah. Also a little bit of a citrus character coming through as well.
Yeah.
When you open up.
Our new make spirit has got a beautiful citrusy flavour to it. It's got a beautiful sort of pear, banana, and then sort of tropical pineapple as well. There's a lot going on it. And again, our DNA is recognisable. Like we did earlier on with the Aurora. It's the same non-peated spirit that we've used for the Langskip.
I think the thing is, I always imagined Wolfburn, when you look at the label, you have it black and that grim wolf on there. You always expect like, oh, this is a dark, smoky whiskey. And you do smoky. We'll come to that next video. But it's a really nice, lovely Northern Highland, very fruity, a little bit more sweet with water, but sweet character. And yeah, nice, interesting.
Light and vibrant,
yeah. So where have you been with the questions from the users or from the viewers? Are there any plans for limited or special editions or any other editions and stuff?
Yeah, worldwide we like to reward our distributors with some special editions. We'll come to that later on as well. But
yeah, that will be.
Yeah, our German exclusive as well. But the great thing is that we bottle everything ourselves on site. We store everything ourselves on site. So if we need to do, or we want to do, a specific bottling, Paul, our brand manager, designs everything. So we just wait for the labels to be designed and then we can go. So it means that, we're masters of our own destiny. As it says in the distillery, fortune favours the brave. You get nothing in life unless you put the effort in. And we certainly put the effort in when we're making this great whiskey.
Do you have that's a next question. Do you have a favourite Wolfburn bottling? Or do you also have a favourite child?
Well, it's funny you should say that. The Northland, our very first expression, my mum bought it for me in 2016. Don't tell the other children that that's my favourite, but you'll always find, or in my opinion, the firstborn, because are you going to be a good father? Is the child going to turn out right? But when the planets align and everything does come into fruition, it means that everything, the memory, the taste, it's in your heart and soul. So to have the first ever expression, the Northland, or the handcrafted as it came out in 2016, I could shut my eyes, I can picture myself at the distillery with the distillery team, and it is special. But any new release is special, because I'm like a kid in a sweet shop as well. Although I work for the distillery, it's like, you know, the Wizard of Oz. I don't want to be behind watching everything from, you know, from the, behind the curtain. You know, I want to be excited. I want to have a first taste of a bottle and then be surprised and delighted like everybody else. You know, I'm just a kid at heart.
Okay. Sláinte. And yeah. So how many people do you have on site now?
We have 5 production. Innes is our production manager. I think I'll get his age right. 26. He's been with us for 10 years since 2016. We've got 2 admin staff, Jen and Gemma, 2 tour staff, Charlie and Wilma. Innes being our production manager, I'm going to have to name the rest. I'm going to have to name the other 4. They would be a bit annoyed if I don't tell about Nicola, Max, Sean, and Matthew as well. So we've got a young team at the distillery.
So around 10 then with you?
10 with me. Our 2 owners, Harry and Andrew.
Okay.
Paul, our brand manager, and Charles, our accountant, Dave, our director, and Daniel, who deals with a lot of our internet sales. So 17 in the entire company.
Does that differ winter and summer? But do you have a lot of tourism, or?
We do, but we still, that's the core team. And the great thing is, having a small team, like a small distillery, we can concentrate on the message, we can concentrate on the spirit, and there's a consistency of delivery. Because again, whiskey making is about repetition. It's about, you know, getting the process right with your new make, with your DNA, and then it's about repeat. And it's about putting that consistent message across. Different cask maturations, obviously, for different flavours, but it's having that DNA to be so evident through everything that we do, and we're all behind that. We all know the story. We're all super invested into it as well.
Nice. So I think we're through with the Langskip.
Langskip, yeah.
And watch out, next time it's gonna be smoky. So if you want to buy the Langskip, you can get it on Whisky.com in Netherlands, Belgium, and also in the United States in the Whisky.com shop. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.
Cheers.